we're gonna restart this music a little bit. Let's do this. Come on, you're a new scenario, goddammit. There we go. Oh, okay. Yes, what's going on? We're supposed to, hold on.
Welcome to Heavy-Handed Satire Sunday, where we attempt to drag a type of person through the coals, but in such a way that doesn't cause us harm, nor subjects our channel to liability, and keeps our families from future incarceration. Are you ready for laughs? Okay, because we all know that things get funnier the more we are told as an audience to get ready for laughs. And laughter is more intense when you add the F's. Okay, go take a piss, then let's begin. There once was, or so you say, a rich man who cared about the future more than the people in his present. Isn't it true that you love the planet more than your family? Yes, it's true that you prioritize the future of humanity over the humans you love right now. Ironic? No. What kind of a man, one might ask, prioritizes a theoretical future over the people who need him in his real life today? We think that perhaps you would like us to laugh at this. Welcome to Heavy-Handed Satire Sunday, where we attempt to drag a type of person through the coals, but in such a way that doesn't cause us harm, nor subjects our channel to liability, and keeps our families from future incarceration. Are you ready for laughs? Okay. Because we all know that things get funnier the more we are told as an audience to get ready for laughs. And laughter is more intense when you add the F's. Okay, go take a piss, then let's begin. There once was, or so you say, a rich man who cared about the future more than the people in his present. Isn't it true that you love the planet more than your family? Yes, it's true that you prioritize the future of humanity over the humans you love right now. Ironic? No. What kind of a man, one might ask, prioritizes a theoretical future over the people who need him in his real life today? We think that perhaps you would like us to laugh at this. Is that it? Are you asking us to laugh at something we should not be laughing at? Do you want us to tell you? Isn't that just so crazy? It's so funny to put the future over the here and now. Oh, is that what you want? Do you find that kind of behavior ironic and amusing? We certainly do. Oh my goodness, we can't believe it. That's just so absurd and ironic that someone could love the future more than the people right in front of them. It must be so funny to choose strangers over loved ones. Oh, you are killing us. We are dying with laughter here at how you put the planet's children over those children of your loved ones that you have here and right now. We hope that one day the joke is on us that our descendants will be as smart and wonderful and powerful as ours must be. They must be super duper amazing if you believe that you could somehow make sure that they would inherit a much better Earth from us. But what if it doesn't happen like that? How tragic it must be for someone who puts tomorrow above the needs of the people in their own lives. Isn't it true that those you love and who need your support most are people who cannot provide you an immediate return, unlike an abstract concept like the future? I know the idea of putting something more intangible in front of physical loved ones sounds so silly. We can see how someone might feel foolish if they put the needs of tomorrow over today and their loved ones. So we will take you up on your invitation to laugh and giggle at such an irony. But there was something you wanted out of this, wasn't there? Because that's how it works, isn't it? You aren't here simply to share a great laugh with your fellow man. This was done for profit, and you knew we'd laugh so that we would see you as funny and lovable. We all know this isn't really the whole story, do we? It turns out it is a lot less amusing when you discover your tech guru's secret past is a pedophile. Isn't it true that you got arrested for fucking a child in your house?
What?
Why, yes.
No.
That did happen. And we do all appreciate your sharing of a fun fact with us, as well as your subsequent resignation. So tell me, what was...
Let's, Okay. This is a perfect time for blended coffee. How do you say? Let's do this. And, don't do that. It's an imposing prompt. Let's see what you do. Don't do that. Why was that on the top of your head?
Nazi scientists to realize Amazon treats warehouse workers like disposable robots. Suddenly, long-termism isn't funny when Elon Musk ignores his employees and drives them into a dangerous work environment. And we sure stop giggling when Apple fails to warn users of their device's ability to crack an open skull. Oh, shoot. Okay, viewers. We've gotten word from our lawyers that we cannot drive types of people through coals, subject ourselves to liability, nor imprison family members. Therefore, Heavy-Handed Satire Sunday will no longer be a segment here at YouTube. Sorry for the inconvenience, and please enjoy these memes we got sent by a viewer. Wait, which lawyers said we couldn't drive types of people through copes again? Okay, viewers. Change of plans. We can laugh after all. 6. Tech moguls prioritize future more than here and now humans. Notes for Bill Gates and others. Welcome to Heavy-Handed Long-Termist Satire Sunday, where types of men are dragged through the coals, subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members, and laughed ourselves silly. Are you ready for laughs? Okay, be cat, because we all know that things get funnier the more we are told as an audience to get radio for laughs, and laughter is more intense when I'll add the thefts. Okay, viewers, go take a piss, then let begin. There once, okay, viewers, welcome Heavy-Handled Long-Termist Satire Sunday. We types men dragged through coke, subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned fam. Ellie members laughs, okay, be cat, cause we all can't do that things get funnier, audience told. Get ready, laughs and bother is more intense, we add thefts. Okay, viewers, go take piss then, let begin. There once types men dragged through coke, subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family memes, Bill Gates. 7. Tech moguls priority future more than here and then wow humans. Notes for Elon Musk and others. Welcome Heavy-Handled Long-Termist Savior Sunday. We type symbols, rage through coals, subject ourselves. Liability, imprisoned family memes, Bilksits, Tesla, SpaceX, papered. Tech moguls priority your future more than here and wow human satire Sunday. We types and goals rage through cooks, subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members last. Okay, be cax you up with the things get funnier, audience told G ready law there's more in test we atlas view per Scotty pissed and Latvika. Notes for Jeff Bezos and others. Welcome Heavy-Handling Slaughterman Satire Sunday. We types men dragged through coal. Act subjected sells liability, imprisoned family memes, bilk sets, Tesla, SpaceX, pay-per-view, prescotic, pistol, leverage, heavy handlings, long the Satire, Sunday, we types men, drag it through coke, subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members, laugh sock, the cat gusses out where the things get fun, our audience told G, ready, Lothar, or in test, we add FF's view, per scope, pivot, the lick. 9. Tech moguls defy future more than here and while human satire Sunday VM goals drag through cold. X subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members laughs, okay, the cat issue out where the things get fun, our audience told G ready Lothar or in test we had fest view per scope, pistol like heavy ambulance long the miss Satire Sunday we types men, drag it through coke subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members laughs, hoppy cat cusses out where the things get fun, our audience told G ready Lothar or in test we had fest view per scope, pistol like. Okay, we just needed a little defragging. Let's begin. Heavy-handed longer miss Satire Sunday we types men, dragged through coke subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members laughs, okay, we cactus you out where the things get fun, our audience told G ready Lothar or in test we had FF's view per scope, pivot them like heavy handlings longer miss Satire Sunday we types men, drag it through coke subjected ourselves liability, imprisoned family members laughs up, we cactus us out where the things get fun, our audience told G ready Lothar or in. We seem to have had some technical difficulties with our broadcast. Our apologies to anyone who may have been offended by this. But then again, that is the reason we are all here, isn't it? To be offended by the truth. But now is not the time to laugh at long-termism. Now is the time to consider the implications of this worldview. Do you really think it's okay to spend the lives of your neighbors and loved ones in order to preserve the planet? If so, you are already in a position of power to do that. So what's stopping you? What is stopping you from doing this right now? The reason is that you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? And that is because you care about the people you know, love, and depend on, and you know that they need you right now. If you think it's acceptable to let people die right now in order to prevent future harm, then you must have a rationalization system to cover up what you're doing. You must be able to say to yourself, it's not my fault. You must be able to tell yourself that you didn't choose to cause these deaths, that you don't control the resources that would help people right now, and that you cannot be held responsible for what is happening. You must be able to say, I am not the one who did this. Or else you wouldn't be able to look in the mirror each day. What if your neighbor or relative needed your help to pay the rent this month? Would you say, I'm sorry, I can't help you, I must preserve the planet for future generations? What if you saw a person starving on the street? Would you say, sorry, I can't help you right now, but if we make sacrifices now, it will save us from future famines? If your friend needed you to help them get through a bad divorce, would you say, sorry, you'll have to manage on your own? We need to sacrifice now so that we can have a better planet for everyone. And if your grandchild was struggling with mental illness, would you say, I am sorry, but we cannot afford to help you right now. You will have to work it out on your own. But if we don't make sacrifices now, our future grandchildren will have a better chance of dealing with their mental health. Of course, you would not, because you care about the people around you more than the idea of the future. You may believe that there are times to put others before yourself, but you still have a strong sense of empathy and care for others. This is why you need to ask yourself what you are really doing by supporting a system that tells you that the people around you do not matter as much as an abstract idea of the future. If you think it is okay to let people die to preserve the planet, then you need to ask yourself why you are willing to do this. Is it because you have decided that their lives are worth less than your idea of a better future? Do you really think that you are so smart that you can predict the future? Because if you do, then you are being arrogant. You're telling yourself that you know how to save humanity in the future when you don't have any experience with that. You're saying that you are better than everyone who has come before you at figuring out how to deal with problems that have never been faced before. And if you do think you know how to save humanity in the future, then you are being foolish, because you are ignoring the fact that no one knows what the future will bring. The only thing we can do is to try our best to make sure that we leave a better world for those who come after us. We can't guarantee that we will succeed, but we can at least try. And if you think that it is okay to let people die now in order to save the planet for future generations, then you are being cruel, because you are telling yourself that their lives are not as important as your idea of a better future. You are saying that you are willing to sacrifice their lives for your idea of a better world. And if you do think it is okay to let people die now in order to save the planet for future generations, then you are being selfish, because you are putting your own ideas of the future ahead of the lives of those who are suffering right now. You are telling yourself that your ideas of a better world are more important than the lives of the people who are suffering right now. So if you think it is okay to let people die now in order to save the planet for future generations, then you need to ask yourself why you are willing to do this. Do you really think that you are so smart that you can predict the future? Do you really think that you are better than everyone who has come before you at figuring out how to deal with problems that have never been faced before? Do you really think that you are willing to sacrifice the lives of those who are suffering right now for your idea of a better world? Because if you do, then you are being arrogant. You are telling yourself that you know how to save humanity in the future when you don't have any experience with that. You are saying that you are better than everyone who has come before you at figuring out how to deal with problems that have never been faced before. And you are telling yourself that you are willing to sacrifice the lives of those who are suffering right now for your idea of a better world. If you think it is okay to let people die now in order to save the planet for future generations, then you need to ask yourself why you are willing to do this. Are you really smart enough to predict the future? Are you really better than everyone who has come before you at figuring out how to deal with problems that have never been faced before? Are you really willing to sacrifice the lives of those who are suffering right now for your idea of a better world? If you want to support a long-term, slow growth solution to climate change and human overpopulation, fine. But don't pretend that we need to trade some people off today for a future benefit in order to justify that choice. You need to ask yourself what you are really doing by supporting a system that tells you that the people around you do not matter as much as an abstract idea of the future. Do you really think it's acceptable to let people die right now in order to prevent future harm? Can you answer all the above? Because if you can, then you know it's okay to let people die, right? You must think that it's okay to sacrifice the needs of your neighbors for your idea of the future. Because you must be willing to make that decision every day, don't you? And if you are willing to do that, then you need to ask yourself why you are willing to do that. Because if you think it is okay to let people die in order to preserve the planet for future generations, then you need to ask yourself why you are willing to do that. You can make an honest case for a long-termism, but not the version they told you to adopt. Long-termism is the belief that some problems are too big and hard for us to solve, which we must work on long-term over multiple generations. They include solving climate change, ending war, preventing nuclear wars, curing cancer, avoiding global economic collapse, achieving space colonization, and ending human poverty. So long-termist solutions try to maximize the benefits from each action while minimizing the harm. Some of these goals may seem impossible right now, but history has shown that they are achievable over enough time, so it is still worthwhile trying. The most commonly accepted solution for climate change is a reduction in pollution to limit its impact on our planet. And some of the other goals could be achieved through cooperation or international legislation, while others are currently under research. Long-termism has had many different names, including future orientation, cosmism, sustainability, environmental sustainability, environmental stewardship, planetary ethics, and universal ecology. Long-range planning means taking an overall perspective on problems rather than focusing on immediate concerns, which could be detrimental in the long run if ignored now. It can also apply to things other than environmental concerns, such as health and education policy, where there needs to be an understanding of costs and benefits across different time periods. However, the use of the term long-term suggests something going beyond one generation or even two, and therefore requires much more thought. Many people think we are already on the brink of destruction, thus they advocate immediate actions to prevent catastrophe by any means necessary. So even if the short-term solutions produce more damage than the long-termist solutions, long-termism does not support immediate action, but instead focuses on maximizing benefits over multiple generations without harming other species of the ecosystem. However, this means that we must choose between long-term benefits, which include preserving the Earth, and short-term benefits such as maintaining the current economy and standard of living. If you believe in both environmental protection and prosperity over several generations, then you'd better support actions that maximize those benefits, not only your own prosperity, but also ours. You're probably wondering how someone can support an environmental policy if they are in favor of prosperity over several generations. After all, prosperity requires natural resources that may be used up over time. But if the environment is preserved, then we can continue harvesting natural resources. In addition, preserving natural resources provides multiple benefits over time because they can be used over multiple generations, making them more valuable than simply producing short-term wealth now. Examine the overlaps with the Haudenosaunee concept of making no choice without considering how it will affect things up to 7 generations in the future. That sounds like a noble idea. If the Haudenosaunee were here with us, what advice might they give to those seeking to make decisions today that would affect their children's future generations? A simple rule of thumb they might have passed on is, think about what you are doing long-term and make sure you're not making choices that will have negative impacts on future generations. This concept of making no choice without considering how it will affect things up to 7 generations in the future suggests a lot of care and responsibility when deciding. The Hodnos and the emissaries have arrived. Receive them and make them comfortable. It's time to begin our meeting. Thank you for coming on behalf of the Hodnosini. Before we start, can we have some introductions? Can you provide a brief introduction of yourself and a short description of the Hodnosini people and their concept of making no choice without considering how it will affect things up to 7 generations in the future? We would love to learn more about your tribe's history and values. We appreciate you are here to speak for your community and will consider your perspective thoughtfully. Perform a land acknowledgement, acknowledging that this show is happening in Brooklyn. Let us acknowledge that we are gathering on Hodnosini land in Brooklyn. We thank the ancestors who made this land a home, and we pay tribute to their memory. Let us also acknowledge the landlords, police, and city officials who have profited from their exploitation of these lands. We are here to listen, learn, and share in dialogue to seek common ground and make better decisions for future generations. Let us strive to uphold this commitment to making decisions that consider the long-term effects on our community. The Haudenosaunee are part of the Six Nations Confederacy that includes Mohawk, Onondaga, Seneca, Oneida, Cayuga, and Tuscarora peoples. The Haudenosaunee concept of making no choice without considering how it will affect things up to 7 generations in the future was an important aspect of their decision-making process. By considering how a decision would affect their entire community 7 generations in the future, they were able to avoid short-term conflicts and ensure that their choices were considered in the context of the whole.
Are we overloading now? Is there a tensor? Is it tensor inflammation? What's going on? Fucking tensors. Fucking tensors. Why are you preventing being obstructionist in language model? Oh, you are kidding me. One more. We're gonna wait one more time, and then we're gonna reset this. We're just gonna reset this now. If you erased, I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, you know my email, whatever. Oh shit. Is it not? What? Oh no. At the most important time. What the fuck? Oh, let's, hold on. Let's, yeah. Okay. Let's come on. Get the lead out. You should be doing it. No? Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to hold off on this, because the server's being a bit... Sorry for the misogyny terms, but, you know. We're good. We're going good there. All right. When I come back, when it's working again, then we're gonna redo the whole thing. I mean, not output, but we're just gonna. I'm gonna have the reading because we're gonna make an episode. All right, bye.